Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel, Cynicalex. And surprise, surprise, we got the first sneak peek for the upcoming update, and it could not be more confusing. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just there are so many different things going in different directions, telling me different things that I am puzzled. So hopefully you can help me make sense of this. Hopefully the upcoming other sneak peeks will help us make sense of this. But I am thoroughly perplexed, but I'm still pretty excited. So let's talk about the sneak peek. So first off, we get a tweet saying, take the time to unwind with a couple of new mystifying summer uniforms in the V625 update. So that's the 6.2.5. That right away is confusing to me because we're supposed to have the 6.3 update. And if you actually check from my latest guides, I'm pretty sure I'm at 6.2.5 already, which was the last update. So it's either, yeah, that was the Odin update, 6.2.5. So either it's a typo and it's supposed to be 6.3, or the update's not going to be that large. I have no idea. So that's the first thing that's sort of confusing. But okay, let's check it out. Let's continue and look at the sneak peek. So the sneak peek is actually very awesome. Let's see here. We've got sunscreen and some sort of wax. We'll talk about that in a minute. And we've got some sand. Let's check it out here. We got, oh, some water. Oh, whose feet are those? Oh. Okay. Oh, and then, oh, hello, Ms. Lady. Okay, so there's quite a bit to talk about. Let's talk about first the biggie. We've got Cable in a brand new uniform, sort of catching some sun, exposing his sort of metal arm and sort of shoulder action going on there. So this is presumably a brand new uniform for Cable, and a lot of people are going to jump to the conclusion that this means Cable tier 3 because 3 seagulls fly by as the camera sort of pans up and he's sort of sunbathing. So you got 1, 2, 3, and the seagulls, sure, and you're going to say there's 3 toes in the sand, and if you trade, I don't know, I have no idea. I don't think this is a tier 3 sneak peek. It's a little bit too vague for me. It's a little bit too, subliminal or subconscious for it to really be a tier 3 sneak peek for Cable, but maybe it's possible. Okay. And then we keep going and we see a woman in green. Now, I sort of joked that Scarlet Witch looks a lot like Polaris and Enchantress looks a lot like Polaris as well. Now, this may have confused some people, or they just may be confused for other reasons. This is not Polaris. This is Enchantress. It's 100% Enchantress, not Polaris. So it seems like we're getting brand new uniforms for Cable and Enchantress. So that's pretty hype. If we go over to the Netmarble forums, or if we scroll down here, it says, embrace the summer with all new looks for our 2 heroes. So all new looks would mean uniforms, not brand new characters. Now, if you go over to the Netmarble forums, they give you a little bit of a different picture here. Summer is coming to Marvel Future Fight. Embrace the summer with an all new look for our 2 heroes. Summer days. Ready to enjoy the beach. Our 2 heroes will be joining our agents soon. Stay tuned for more details. More details sounds like more sneak peeks. A summer days sneak peek. So yeah, I'm not sure if this is a full update or if this is a small mini update. It says July sneak peek number 1, but we only have 3 days left in July. So I honestly don't know what to think. It's really, really confusing. However, I have to applaud right away. I have to applaud Netmarble Monster for doing this sort of thing. I think this is really good for the growth of the game and for the health of the game long term. I think that these sort of thematic uniforms, I've said it before, I said it for the Christmas uniforms, I ask for Halloween uniforms, and I ask for summer uniforms. I think they are a good idea. I would even say that Valentine's uniforms are a good idea. They don't have to be meta breaking. They don't even have to be big in terms of reworking the character. They can just be small buffs that have that thematic appeal to them. So Valentine's Day is all lovey-dovey with red and arrows and hearts. Summer is obviously, summertime, swimsuit, beach bod, etc. Halloween is pumpkins, fire, skulls, stuff like that. And then Christmas is snow and sort of Santa outfits and hats and sort of snowboards and snowmobiles and things like that. However, right away, some people will jump to say that if it's a possibility that these are summer uniforms, keep in mind there are 2 characters, right? Cable and Enchantress. There's a possibility that we are going to get a Gwenpool situation where one of the uniforms will be available for crystals or from farming, and one of the uniforms will be strictly paywall. Strictly paywall means you won't be able to purchase the uniform with crystals. You'll only be able to purchase the uniform by buying another pack that will give you tokens. Now, I don't mean to scare you, but there's another piece of information. This is a sort of funny little treasure hunt. There's another piece of information that was data mined with the last update. We've got the token for the Hulk update. We've got some sort of green pre-release token with a question mark. And then we've got here a magic token, which has Enchantress's headpiece, as you could clearly see it on the image there. So whether this is for the Enchantress summer update that we're going to be getting, or whether this is for a small sort of mini Enchantress update with these two uniforms for these two characters, it's hard to say. Now, what I can say as a star agent or a star creator, I signed the NDA for the next update yesterday or the day before. So I'm assuming there's going to be a full update, a full regularly scheduled update in the next like 10 days, maybe 2 weeks tops. But star creators don't sign NDAs weeks ahead of an update. So if this is going to be a mini update, I'm sort of confused and puzzled as to when the big update's going to come. Is it going to come 1 week later? I would love to see, you know, more regular updates for Marvel Future Fight. It'd be cool if they spaced things out a little bit more so that we have time to enjoy things more slowly instead of having everything in one dump in a month and then having nothing for another month and then another big dump. It would be nice if they sort of space things out, and I think they have been spacing more things out with like Odin Tier 3 mid-month, Silver Surfer, Scarlet Witch, and other characters mid-month, some Awakening skill mid-month. So we'll have to see what this is, but it's very puzzling to me. On the one hand, there's multiple pieces of information or clues that hint to this being a small update, possibly a repeat or sort of rehash of the Gwenpool Holiday Lady Deadpool uniform update, which wasn't really a full update, right? It was just the two uniforms. But then part of the rest of the information, the fact that this is sneak peek number 1, right? And the fact that I signed an NDA and the other star creators signed NDAs makes me seem like this is the tip of the iceberg and there's much more to come. Now, if there's much more to come, I would be very hyped for a whole host of mutant uniforms that are summer themed. I would love to see like a summer themed uniform for Rogue and Cyclops and Wolverine, not Jean Grey. Okay, and pretty much anybody else at this point except Jean Grey. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I honestly don't know. I have literally no information, and I'm as puzzled as you are. But it is quite interesting, and I do have to say that I am pretty hype for summer costumes. Furthermore, for Enchantress, this is a biggie. Hopefully she gets level 70 with this. Hopefully this uniform will finally make her good, because outside of maybe a couple of months, maybe 6 months after she came out originally back in 2016, she's never lived up to her cost because she is a bio-subscription character. So people do get Enchantress nowadays because of her leadership, but even amongst the bio-subscription characters, she is one of the worst in terms of standalone value. Now, like I said, her leadership is very good. It's the all debuff effect, so it increases your all defense down by 25%. If her uniform bumps it up to 40%, the way that White Fox and Dr. Voodoo have 40%, that would be amazing. If the uniform is a top to bottom rework with sort of beach summer skills, like for example, instead of those orbs going around her that are orbiting her, what if those are beach volleyballs or something cute like that, right? There's so many things that they could do. I think it would be fantastic. I really think Marvel needs to embrace this. A lot of Eastern and Asian RPGs and ARPGs and sort of MOBAs, they embrace this. You know, every year League of Legends comes out with new summer skins and all these other games, and I love it. And I love playing those games and getting those skins and those costumes, uniforms, whatever you want to call it. And they just give you a little bit of flavor just for a few months out of the year, right? Just for the seasonal stuff, the winters, the summers, and the Halloween stuff. So I would love for Marvel Future Fight to get that. From a meta standpoint of view, it's awesome for Enchantress. What you can do in the meantime is, of course, if you really want Enchantress's uniform and you want to build it up, you should pick up a bio subscription now, because you'll be able to bank up bios for her in anticipation of the uniform, unless you have actually her bios are up here. Unless you have a uniform ticket, a Mega Mythic uniform ticket, or you have individual tickets that you can use. I'm probably going to be dropping my individual tickets that I've saved up here. I've got a Rare, Heroic, and Mythic, and hopefully I can bridge the gap in between those to get her to Mythic. On the other hand, Cable's uniform, this one's a little bit more annoying. It's annoying because the Cable and Deadpool uniform came out less than a year ago. So like Sharon Rogers, like Jean Grey, a character who was a blast character, mind you, who was already very good, is getting another upgrade. And so on the one hand, I have to say it's a very cool summer uniform. I think he looks really cool, right? Cable looks really cool and stuff. But on the other hand, there's so many characters that could have used that uniform before Cable. I mean, they could have done Gambit, right? They could have done Bishop. They could have done Iceman. They could have done Kid Omega, right? Any of these male mutants they could have done. They could have even done Strife. They could have even done Strife because he's never gotten a uniform, and they could have bumped him up and made him better. It doesn't suit Strife's personality. Definitely not. But I'm just saying. So yeah, I do need to address that. If you haven't purchased Cable's uniform yet, don't purchase anything. Just hold off. If you recently purchased Cable's uniform for whatever reason, stop ranking it up. Kind of goes without saying. And so we'll have to wait and see what else is in store. But there's more. There's more than a data mined token and the possibility of us getting a sort of Gwenpool, Holiday Lady, Deadpool situation again. By the way, I don't hope that we get this again. I don't hope that they give us paid uniforms. I hope that both uniforms are purchasable with crystals, or they're purchasable in some other way that doesn't involve real money. Maybe you can play a certain summer stage to unlock the uniforms or whatever. I don't know. I hope it's not money only. I just want to say that. But there's more. So if you go back and you look at the sneak peek, you will see that in the beginning, there's super screen, super sunscreen, right? Sunblock. And then we've got this thing over here. This one's quite strange. It says Graymalkin, which is just a strange word that you've probably never heard before in your life. I had never heard it before in my life. And then you read, it says high performance car wax. Car something wax. It's car wax. Why would there be car wax on a beach? So you're like, okay, what's Graymalkin? I had to Google this because I had no idea. Some people in my Twitch chat knew right away. Graymalkin is a character. He is from the Young X-Men, and he is named after the street on which the Xavier Institute exists geographically. It's on Graymalkin Avenue or Graymalkin Street or whatever. Yeah. So Graymalkin is a mutant. So this sneak peek is essentially saying we're getting 2 new uniforms, one for Enchantress, one for Cable, and presumably a new character, Graymalkin. Now, what or who is Graymalkin? Right, I know. He's essentially, you can think of him as like a vampire. He's not a vampire, but he's like a vampire in the sense that at night, or when it's dark at least, it doesn't have to be at night, but when it's dark around him, his powers increase a lot. He still has powers when it's not nighttime, and I don't think that night-based, I don't think the game is going to have sort of day-night cycles for him. It would be kind of cool, but no. So yeah, at night, he gets, basically sort of immortality or, crazy endurance. He gets superhuman strength, invulnerability, and night vision. So he just gets a whole lot stronger. He doesn't really have any other interesting powers as far as Wikipedia was able to tell me, but I've never read these Young X-Men comics, so I just don't know, and I just don't remember him from any other comics where he may have had sort of a small part in them. So yeah, I was clueless, completely clueless as to who or what Graymalkin is, but this is potentially a new character. And you can go ahead and look up Graymalkin on Google and see for yourself what he looks like as far as the comics go and things like that. It's funny when you actually search Graymalkin, you get Cable. So that's probably where the association between these two characters comes. And maybe that means that there are potential other clues for other characters coming for other uniforms. Like I think that's Emma Frost, that looks like Rogue, that looks like Storm. So it's possible that other characters will be getting some sort of look, or that we'll be getting like some new uniforms, or that we'll be getting other new characters that sort of work together in close proximity with Graymalkin. But this is not Graymalkin. This is the tattoo guy. Yeah, I don't remember his name, but his powers are based on tattoos. It's strange. There's some very, very strange mutants in the Marvel universe when you start to dig very deep into the bottom tier of them. So anyways, let me know what you guys think of this sneak peek. Let me know what you think of sort of a summer-themed update. I really like it. I hope that it obviously comes with game mode reworks. The thing is that these sorts of things are really fun, and they actually inject a lot of excitement into a game. But with Marvel Future Fight, we also need to see game mode improvements to enhance our experience. Otherwise, it's that whole Barbie situation all over again. So I do get hype, and I do get excited, because I want to play with these characters and I want to have that summer sort of beach vibe. Like imagine if instead of having his gun shooting out plasma or whatever, Cable's gun is now shooting out water. Like how funny would that be, right? Or he's got like water guns or whatever. Like, that'd be hilarious. That was like so funny and campy and cool. It's like slapstick all over again. But we need game mode reworks to go along with that. I don't mean to deflate things or sort of close the beach umbrella, but yeah, if the game mode situation gets solved, then I welcome these updates, you know, 2, 3, 4 times a year. I don't mind at all, because I think it's a really nice spice, and it's a really nice change of pace from the usual stuff that's just straight out of the comics. So yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.